Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this Good Friday for WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Today, former Congressman Lou Barletta gave us his take on the severity of COVID-19 in the Hazleton area. WYLN's Phil Kaufman has more.
As Hazleton continues to be a hotspot for the COVID-19 pandemic in Pennsylvania, we spoke with former U.S. Congressman Lou Barletta to discuss his views on combating the virus.
You know, obviously, I don't know if it could get much worse than what we're seeing right now. It is, if not one of the, it is the hot spot in the state of Pennsylvania, and I'm very concerned that the numbers are not going to decline for some time yet.
Barletta has been calling on Governor Tom Wolf, but has said that his calls have gone unanswered.
Well, I've been very vocal and disappointed in the response to our situation in Hazleton. I had been reaching out over the past month to talk about what I saw as going to be a crisis before it happened. You know, anyone who lives in the area can see that we were getting a lot of folks going back and forth from New York and New Jersey, those that work there, who were continuing to go back and forth.
One issue that the governor and Barletta could agree on is that non-life-sustaining bus services from New York to PA should stop.
It is no surprise what was going to happen in Hazleton. I had wanted the governor to do something about those that were coming in, the travelers that were coming in, the buses that were continuing and are continuing to run, and the vans that we see in Hazleton or who have now finally suspended, but who are going back on a daily basis. This is no surprise.
Finally, we addressed a frightening new statistic and asked for any advice during this time.
No, I just think that, you know, I'm very, very concerned. There's been a lot of attention that's going to Philadelphia and the number of cases. And of course, Philadelphia has more cases than Hazleton. But if you look at the cases per thousand, I don't know if there's a area that's affected not only in Pennsylvania, but anywhere. I mean, those numbers are staggering. If we had one message to get out today, it's to please follow the guidelines, keep yourself safe, your family safe, and our community safe.
Reporting from WYLN News, this is Philip Kaufman.
Thanks, Phil. Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassat appointed an interim chief to take the place of Chief Jerry Speziel while he's on personal leave. Detective Sergeant Brian Schoonmaker will act as chief, while Speziel is out on a temporary unpaid leave. Speziel was appointed chief of the Hazleton Police Department back in 2016. He also serves as public safety director in Paterson, New Jersey. Speziel has an extensive career in law enforcement, which included working as a New York City police officer and infiltrating drug cartels. Schoonmaker was promoted by Mayor Cassat to detective sergeant from detective corporal 2 years ago. He'll return to his position when Speziel's leave ends. The mayor could not comment on the matter due to the fact that it's a personnel issue. Over 100 employees have tested positive for COVID-19 in a Hazleton plant we mentioned Wednesday. Cargill Meat Solutions temporarily shut down their facility Tuesday. The plant packages meat in wrappers for supermarket shelves and supplies an estimated 1 million families a day with meat. 130 of Cargill's 900 plant employees have tested positive for the virus. President of the United Food and Commercial Workers Union, Wendell Young, said the facility's environment made it almost impossible for workers to adhere to safe distancing protocols. However, according to the World Health Organization, the risk of the virus spreading on food packaging is extremely low. 4 meat plants in Pennsylvania have recently closed due to concerns over the pandemic. A Hazleton bakery reopens its doors due to the high demand for baked goods. The Stoneman Brother Bakery in the Valmont Industrial Park reopened today and will remain open for at least the next 5 months. The plant closed back in September of 2019, but has since reopened to manufacture bread and buns for store shelves. The company called back around 70 employees to work on the line. A spokesperson said the bakery's following safety guidelines set by the CDC. Guidelines include increasing social distancing practices increasing frequency of sanitation processes, and keeping associates informed so they're able to keep both themselves and coworkers safe. After receiving multiple complaints from Hazleton area workers, 2 Pennsylvania legislators are calling on state administration to enforce their workplace guidelines to fight the spread. In a letter to the governor, State Representatives Tara Toohill and Gerald Mullery said their offices received first-hand complaints from employees. They indicate their employers are blatantly ignoring the Secretary of Health's directive. Levine's order updated cleaning protocols for buildings of at least 50,000 square feet for commercial and industrial use. They offered to discuss the allegations in further detail with the governor and are seeking an immediate investigation and temporary work stoppage. Coming up on WYLN News, what's going on behind the scenes with coronavirus cleaning, plus Luzerne County SPCA's Pets of the Week. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Alexander Bonomo, and tomorrow's forecast is sunny.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-through lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Keeping industrial facilities and plants disinfected during the COVID-19 pandemic is essential. We spoke with the owner of a cleaning business on the front lines of the battle. Our Julie Stefanovich has more.
While many are ordered to stay at home, other workers are out there on the front lines. Healthcare professionals, emergency responders, and also cleaning professionals. Executive Cleaning and Supply in West Hazleton is one of the companies that have seen a surge in work orders since the start of the coronavirus pandemic.
We have been called to do a lot of extras now. We are sanitizing, disinfecting with EPA-approved cleaners 2 to 3 times a day on some of the sites. So some of the sites that were done once a day are now requesting 2 and 3 times.
Employees at Executive are working around the clock to keep distribution centers and facilities in the Greater Hazleton Industrial Park safe for staff to conduct business.
And then we also provide fogging, and we provide the sanitizing. Like if a plant does have a case, we do provide that service also. We will get a phone call from the customer if there is cases out there, and we've had 2 or 3 places that have had cases, and they would shut down, and we have sprayed, we fogged. So the customers are handling it, they are making changes.
Houston also stays on top of things to make sure that her staff is safe as well.
We provide masks, we provide gloves. We just got some more hand sanitizer in, so I'm going to be giving everybody bottles of that, for their car. I'm teaching them how to properly, with the gloves, and making sure they take them off constantly or are re-washing them. just to properly sanitize according to the EPA standards.
And who better to get tips from to stay safe at home than from Lisa herself?
I do. The second I get home is I actually have a can of Lysol at my front door. And I spray my shoes, take the shoes off, actually undress. I put all my clothes in a bag, take them to our laundry room, and then I go right up and shower. I wipe all door handles in my house. I'm constantly wiping counters and refrigerator handles, my coffee pot handle. So I do this every day.
Executive Cleaning and Supply has been around for the last 20 years and is located at 30 Winters Avenue in West Hazleton. The number to call is 570-454-3399. In West Hazleton for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Today is Good Friday, the Friday before Easter Sunday, where the crucifixion of Jesus Christ is commemorated in the Christian Church. Since congregations can't celebrate traditionally this year, we're bringing back the story that I did on St. Gabriel's Stations of the Cross last year in Hazleton. St. Gabriel's Roman Catholic Church on South Wyoming Street celebrated Good Friday with a realistic procession throughout the city of Hazleton, reenacting the Stations of the Cross. The almost 3-hour procession depicts Jesus Christ on the day of his crucifixion and accompanying prayers. The procession faithfully travels the path in numerical order, stopping at each station to say selected prayers and reflections. For St. Gabriel's, it also involves short reenactments at each station's events. The procession is most commonly done during Lent, especially on Good Friday, in a spirit of reparation for the sufferings and insults that Jesus endured during his Passion.
So today we celebrate Good Friday, and on Good Friday we commemorate, celebrate the death of Jesus Christ, his suffering and his death for our salvation, and to help us enter into this celebration of the Passion and death of Jesus Christ. That's why we have this procession every Friday.
St. Gabriel's pastor, Reverend Mariusz Bezek, said that St. Gabriel's recently started up a capital campaign last Sunday.
So we're trying to raise money to preserve this beautiful church, and as you can see, the church is very well attended, and it's there's a vibrant Hispanic community, a vibrant Anglo community. So I think it's worthwhile preserving this beautiful church to make sure we're going to continue to provide these services for many, many years to come.
This year, Good Friday also happens to coincide with the beginning of the Jewish festival of Passover. The 8-day celebration is celebrated as a commemoration of their liberation by God from slavery. Now's a great time to consider adopting a pet to keep you company. With everyone staying at home, your new best friend will be able to adjust to their new environment. The Luzerne County SPCA has Dexter, a young male ABBT mix. He's got an awesome personality and takes center stage. Birdie is an adorable 4-month-old female kitten who's super friendly and playful. Dextet's an adult female pit mix who loves to go for walks and cuddle. And last but not least, there's Meow Meow. She's 10 years old, loves to be petted, and would make a wonderful companion. The shelter's still adopting out new best friends amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. You can still contact the Luzerne County SPCA by calling 570-825-4111. Coming up on Mayflower's News Choice, an Easter message from Bishop Joseph Bambera in Community in You, plus your Week in Review. Stay with us.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander at Buick Cadillac GMC. How about a great lease on these Buick Encores? Only $199 a month with breakaway mirrors. For $100 more, you can have the Sierra or the Acadia. Or would you prefer this all-new CT5? And it's tax match fever. We'll match your tax refund up to $1,000. And if you're not getting one, we'll give you $1,000 trade assistance. So get down to Blaze Alexander, Greater Haven, take advantage of these lease deals, get yourself a Sierra, and see why we take the deals the other guys won't.
As a community service to all our viewers, WYLN presents the Holy Week service broadcast schedule. The times are on your screen. The WYLN family, owners, and staff wish everyone a blessed Easter and Passover.
I see hope all around us. As dark and as uncertain as these days are from the news that we hear, and sadly from the fact that even some of our friends and family may be sick and suffering as a result of this disease, when I look at the selfless lives of individuals, from healthcare workers who literally put their lives on the line each day, to individuals who are willing to serve us in a grocery store or a pharmacy, I realize very, very clearly that our world is filled with generous, loving people who are living out their faith, however that faith is manifested in their lives. That gives me hope. Those are all signs to me of the resurrection. Like everybody that we speak to, like everybody who watches the news, I'd like this to be over tomorrow. And I'd like us to get our lives back to normal in a day. But we just don't know when that's going to be. In fact, during the course of Holy Week, I spoke with a number of priests who serve as advisors to me on my Episcopal Council. And we talked about beginning to make some plans for when we do get back to normal. But who knows how that's going to be? And I dare say, as time unfolds, people coming back into normal activities is probably going to happen a little bit more slowly than we would like to believe. Who knows? That's in God's hands. All I can say is I'm more than ready to move forward, but realize that we have to be extremely cautious, that we do that in such a way that we protect the individuals who are entrusted to our care, and that we do so mindful of our need to be good to one another. Our homes, the domestic church, if you will, have always been the seedbed for faith in the lives of our people. It's what takes place in our homes and the example of parents and godparents and brothers and sisters that prompts us really, week after week, year after year, to go to Mass, to celebrate these great, great rituals of our faith during Holy Week and Easter. I would just encourage our people to continue to live their faith. People have often said to me, can't we do something to experience the sacraments? Isn't there some way that we can participate in the life of the church, especially the Eucharist? Can't you do something, Bishop? And I believe with all my heart that I'm charged to care for the lives that are given to me. Yes, our faith is far, far more powerful and more significant than any other power or reality in our world. We certainly believe that as Christians when we look at the resurrection of Jesus. But God gives us common sense, and God places us in the midst of the world to care for what we've been given. And that's why we have to separate, and that's why we have to practice good social distancing and be careful during these particular days. But I would suggest to individuals like myself who want more, who want to be back to the way it always was, to look at that very yearning and longing in our hearts, and to realize that that's being generated by the power of God. That's not us stepping away. That's God pulling at our hearts, saying, wherever you are, in whatever circumstances in which you find yourselves, I'm with you. I would hope that our people look back on these days and realize after they move through them that they were able to do that for no other reason than the power of God. And that reality, hopefully, will generate a reawakening, a resurrection, if you will, of our own spirits to a deeper relationship with God.
Coronavirus is now in our community and changing the way we live, but rest assured that your partners at Lehigh Valley Health Network are here for you. If you think that you have coronavirus or been exposed to someone who does, the most important thing you can do is stay home. Lehigh Valley Health Network is providing free screenings online and by phone. Complete an e-visit, call the MyLVHN hotline, or do an LVHN video visit. Know the symptoms, get the facts, and get screened from home at lvhn.org/COVID-19.
There are 125 used car dealers in town, but there's only one Churras. Quality vehicles since 1954. Voted the best used car dealer. Check out their inventory, see something you like, take a test ride. Churras Auto Sales. Call 570-454-7229.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
WYLN presents Community Update on the Coronavirus, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. with rebroadcast at 7 p.m. and 10 a.m. the following morning. Brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, PBS 39, Adams Outdoor, and WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Monday. COVID-19 cases are still on the rise in Hazleton, and the city's taking every precaution to keep residents safe, which included enacting a curfew on Saturday. From 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., no one's allowed on the streets except for workers with essential jobs. Luzerne County had over 800 cases as of Monday, with over 400 reported in the Hazleton area. Since then, that number passed 1,000, and Mayor Jeff Gassat extended the 5-day curfew to April 13th. It also restricts public gatherings and unnecessary travel, and people found in violation of the emergency declaration could face some fines. Non-essential businesses must remain closed, and people should contact their local police department to report order violations, not dial 911. The city's also expected to receive around $400,000 in federal funding from the COVID-19 stimulus package, but guidelines haven't been issued yet on how municipalities can spend that money. Tuesday, a state police homicide investigation was underway in Carbon County Monday night and led to an arrest later in the week. Police were called to Van Doren Mews in Penn Forest Township near Jim Thorpe just after 8 p.m. Monday. Officials say 58-year-old Kenneth Nibely of Blakesley died from a single gunshot wound. Jonathan Anthony Martucci was taken into custody Wednesday, charged with 1 count of criminal homicide, and taken to Carbon County Prison. Wednesday, Hazleton Mayor Jeff Gassat, alongside Congressman Matt Cartwright, briefed residents on the COVID-19 case influx within the greater Hazleton area. The congressman addressed the top 5 questions in regards to the stimulus relief package, his work with PA prisons, and all those still working at this time, while offering up his own mitigation ideas to the public. Lastly, he commented on the reports and complaints of local employers not providing proper protection for their workers. His office received complaints about local employers hiring directly from New York City and will be reaching out to OSHA to investigate those claims. Mayor Gassat thanked all essential, healthcare, and emergency service workers while addressing the current work of the city. Thursday. Not quite in the words of Alice Cooper, but Governor Tom Wolf announced Thursday that schools will remain closed for the rest of the academic year. Wolf made the decision after consulting with the Secretaries of Health and Education. Schools are still strongly encouraged to provide continuity of education for all students. The Department of Education secured resources intended to help out all schools that wish to use them. The decision applies to all public K-12 schools, cyber charter, private, and parochial schools. Colleges and universities also can't resume in-person instruction or reopen physical locations. All reopenings will be contingent on public health guidance provided by the Secretary of Health and stay-at-home orders. Friday, Hazleton Mayor Jeff Gassat appointed an interim chief to take the place of Chief Jerry Speziel while he's on personal leave. Detective Sergeant Brian Schoonmaker will act as chief, while Speziel is out on a temporary unpaid leave. Spezial was appointed chief of the Hazleton Police Department back in 2016. He also serves as public safety director in Paterson, New Jersey. Spezial has an extensive career in law enforcement, which included working as a New York City police officer and infiltrating drug cartels. Schoonmaker was promoted by Mayor Cassatt to detective sergeant from detective corporal 2 years ago. He'll return to his position when Spezial's leave ends. The mayor could not comment on the matter due to the fact that it's a personnel issue. That's it for your week in review here on Wyln News. The faithful can still attend services right from the comfort of their living rooms during Holy Week, while church doors remain closed to congregations. Wyln will broadcast church services from both St. Peter's Cathedral in Scranton and Christ Lutheran Church in Hazleton. Coverage continues on this Good Friday through Easter Sunday, so you can celebrate during the pandemic. Check out the times and dates up on your screen now, or visit our Wyln News Facebook page. From our family to yours, we wish everyone a blessed and healthy Easter Passover holiday. The Easter Bunny will be hopping through Cunningham to brighten up the holiday a little bit for young and old alike during these trying times. Even this bunny wants to keep everyone safe and will practice social distancing by driving his Bunnymobile throughout the main streets of Cunningham Saturday, April 11th from 1 to 2 p.m. This bunny's asking you to keep 6-foot distance by remaining in your yard, on the sidewalk, or in your car. The event was made possible by Cunningham Police, the Borough, and the Miss Greater Hazleton Scholarship Program. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. You can get news updates on our Wyln News Facebook page or WYLNTV.com by clicking the LVHN banner for the real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on Wyln TV.